Thanks for tuning in to another episode of All Things Entrepreneur. We are a group of entrepreneurs who all got our start in real estate wholesaling and parlayed that success into multi-million-dollar business. It's your girl, it's Jessica Myers, the deal maker.
Hey, what's up? It's your girl Mo Hustle, the she builder.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hey, it's the Grand Guy, the influencer.
I am Superstar Shawna with
the Seon John.
And together we are FlippInLove.
Hey, what's up, y'all? This is your boy Errol Allen.
It's time to get ate.
All things entrepreneur. Get tough, but you gotta stick to it.
The real.
I would be remiss not to introduce my brother, my man's from 50 grand, all the way from up top New York to my man, Chef Joe.
Yo, thank you, bro. I'm glad to be here with y'all. There's a whole lot of money in this.
You're our first guest, so
that's even cooler.
Yes.
Oh, man, it's a great honor to have you as our first guest.
Man, it's a pleasure. When you hit me up, I was like, bro, how you doing? Of course. Send me the address and tell me who was cooking at the time.
How can you not be cooking?
Right.
So for the people who don't know, can you tell us a little bit like who you are and where you are right now?
I am here at...
No. Do not disclose.
I don't do that. Yo, so I'm Chef Joe. I'm super glad to be here. Super honored. I'm a personal private chef out here in Atlanta, based
Celebrity.
Yes, I was like, right there.
Yeah. Celebrity and executive.
Yeah.
So of Atlanta.
Right. So I cook for y'all. You know what I'm saying? But some other notable people, you know, I cook for everybody from Diddy to Nas, JD when I first got out here, the Braxtons. I've cooked for the Kardashians with my man Chef Willie, Travis Scott. I was a part of the whole Donda thing with that camp too with Will.
Wow.
Who else? Rowdy Rich, Mulatto. I gotta forget Mulatto. Shout out. Yo, it's so many people.
That's a heavy list.
And then I got the corporate game, you know what I'm saying, with like Microsoft, Google, Home Depot, MailChimp, BMW, they be on my chest, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, so it's been fun, man. I get to do what I love and feed people, feed the soul.
And you just did an event today with a real estate.
Yeah, Keanu Watson.
Yeah.
Yeah, she just dropped a book. It's dope. Her house, I told her, I was like, yo, Key, listen, your house needs to be on the market. I need to be the only person on this one. It's fire. I love it. It's like the perfect home.
It's dope.
Yeah.
Well, this one's for sale.
Shout out to Melissa.
I know. It's an honor to be look, she was the female contractor and look at the quality.
Oh, no.
She's sitting right now in her space.
No, the place is amazing. I love it.
Yeah. Thank you.
And she did this during the pandemic. I mean, all the things that died down. We're spoiled, we're in Atlanta. We don't really feel or see the pandemic to a degree.
Yeah.
You know? But how has business been for everybody throughout the pandemic? You know what I mean? Has it been fruitful? Has it been harder? You know, what's happening?
It's been a blessing.
Right.
I think the same thing.
It's definitely been a blessing. I think, for sure we all were in a position where we had to kind of sit back and we had that moment of reflection. So you had to kind of sit back and we had to absorb what was happening. So it was such like an immediate hit nationwide,
Yeah.
I think the biggest part was, like not being able to see your family and, things like that. But you got a chance to put a lot in perspective business-wise.
Mm-hmm.
And, this happened in the midst of the pandemic.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
I feel like as far as real estate go, buying real estate, buying land, finding all these people that's so afraid and so scared they want to just give up whatever they have worth some value. That was actually good for us because we got a lot of land. I mean, lots of land, lots of houses. We racked up and we actually made a lot of money.
Real estate.
Real estate was. And I don't look at it as a bad thing because I feel like we were able to help those people who were worrying and was scared and needed those funds to help out a family member or move somewhere. So I don't look at it like we did a bad thing. We helped them out. Everybody eats, like you said. Everybody eats. Everybody won in our case.
So this means I'm in the perfect room to ask everybody to borrow $100.
I
got this thing about borrowing money. There's a little credential sheet.
sector, so a lot of people close doors and kind of tuck tail. I know March 16th is like D-Day to a lot of short-term rental operators.
What day?
March 16th.
What day?
March.
Oh, okay.
Is that your birthday?
No birthday.
Oh, that's your birthday? For real? I never know that.
I call it doomsday.
Remember.
I couldn't remember that date. Sorry.
We call it doomsday.
Doomsday.
For the short-term rental operators.
Oh.
Yeah, now for me.
Well, it's interesting you say that because I did have, at the start of the pandemic, I had Airbnb I had to let go because the mortgage was way higher and Airbnb had already slowed down and started canceling reservations. So I was like, I see the writing on the wall. I'm selling, but I was able to get top dollar for the house that couldn't ordinarily sell. But I was one of those people who I saw the writing on the wall. I was like, let me hop out.
So I did the opposite. I got more units. So because business is just like one big feedback loop. That's how I treat it. So when I see everyone's getting out, I'm like, how can I go in even more? Right. And all I did was, all right, Airbnb's shutting down, but what's the supply right now? Obviously, traveling nurses was a big thing. So I just shifted my attention and focus to traveling nurses for the time being, and got myself rebooked up again, and carried it through, and got more units, and got furniture, and everything. I was just like, man.
So you found the opportunity.
And I was all over social media telling people, this is what you gotta do. Now, if you did it, that's one thing, but I was doing it.
Right.
Huge difference.
But that's good that you was doing it because not everybody, a lot of people don't take that advice.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? You could tell everybody what to do and how to do it, but it's still gonna find a way not to. Like, oh, well, this is an excuse why not to do it.
Head in the sand, ostracism. That's what a lot of people were doing at the time because it was just like you would get almost a dependency on Airbnb providing you clients for your space.
So easy to a degree.
Yeah, so I never had that dependency. So I always thought, like, what if everything got shut down tomorrow? What would I do then? That's why even how I acquire stuff, I make sure that I acquire 30% under market rent. That way, if the short-term rental model goes out tomorrow, I can still do long-term rental or carry it some other way.
Yeah.
Smart, bro.
Girl, you're a smart guy.
Yeah. I be around.
And he calls himself the new kid.
I am the new kid.
Okay.
They couple strategies the new kid learned.
Right.
That's the baby of the group.
Yeah.
Right.
I was gonna say to switch it up thing since we all do real estate during the pandemic. I know Joe was like selling. You started doing like to-go plates and stuff, right? Like people was.
Oh,
remember?
yeah,
that was stupid. It was.
I did
crazy.
curbside pickup, right?
Yeah.
Off downtown.
Right, because you couldn't be in people's kitchens.
Right.
Yeah, this was when it was like just nobody was going nowhere. You couldn't even wear a mask to come in. And Joe was like, F that. Like,
I ain't gonna stop getting money.
Like,
You know what I'm saying? Right? People gotta eat 3 times a day, right? So I'm just like, think about me when you're hungry. That's 3 times a day. If I got 100,000 people think about me when they're hungry, I'm never gonna stop.
Did you have that on the card or advertisement?
No, but I'm about to. For real. But yeah, so it was nuts with that. So pandemic hits. I had contracts with Microsoft, Google, and just about to sign with Home Depot, right? On top of the other stuff I was doing. So, like, I do one event, and it's like, I'm cool. So I'm like, I went to panic mode real quick. I'm like, what do you do next? I'm from New York. You know what we do? We figure it out.
Yeah.
It's just like, okay, people still need to eat. It's just like, you got to provide, like, a space, location to service them. My spot was literally dead center in Atlanta, right? Bro, when I tell you, like, I would literally post a menu at 8 o'clock the night before. By 9 o'clock, I'm sold out. Every week. You know what I'm saying? It was nuts. I mean, sold out to where I couldn't even hold any more food. Wow. So it was crazy. So I had people driving like an hour, come pick up food. The whole block, you seen, the whole block of Pryor was lit. Straight people coming to pick up food. Every week. I was like, okay, we could do this.
Right, but I was dope because you adjusted.
Yeah, you got to learn how to adjust with everything.
Yeah.
You know, the pandemic definitely taught us that.
Yeah, I was like, it's so important to pivot because, like I was saying, I actually started out the year selling my property, and then I was like, wait, there were people that won during the crash, even though this is something slightly different. But how did those people win? And that's when I discovered most people, like most millionaires, are made actually in a down economy.
Yeah.
You know, you think it's when it's on the high end, but that's how we were able. We started just looking for underperforming assets. We were looking at multifamily, and then that's when we landed on the hotel deal. And we were able to acquire a Hilton hotel during a pandemic.
That's right.
Hotel.
Yeah.
Now, but you know what's actually very interesting, and it just kind of proves the point. like when the market crashed in real estate back in like what 07, 08. I went to a seminar and they were saying that was actually their best, one of their best times because they had hella inventory as far as rental properties. So when people were going through foreclosures, losing their homes, they were already prepared to take those people in because now the demand for rental properties went up and they were in position, right? So when a lot of other people were panicking, like they were booming, you know. But the thing is, paying attention to news and knowing what's coming and what's going to happen, you got to prepare and figure out, okay, well, how can we still maximize this time?
And then knowing how to pivot. Like that was so key to what you did. Like don't be afraid of the shift to what your like the companies that made it. I mean, we're 2 years in now. The companies that made it were the ones that pivoted the best.
Yes.
Golden Corral is out, but then Garden Park has changed their brunch experience.
Absolutely. How many restaurants opened in the midst of the pandemic in Atlanta?
Well,
But like Nouveau opened, like they were cracking. I know breakfast at Barney's.
Nouveau, we went there.
Yeah, and now they've opened their second location. You know what I mean? So it's just like in the midst of the pandemic, a lot of people came up. And I know Atlanta is one of a kind because we got back outside real quick.
We never went inside.
People come from everywhere else coming here like, out in Atlanta. Like,
we definitely stayed there. We
never really experienced.
So like, we would have the whole restaurant to ourselves. We would have
So we formed a relationships. That's the experience in the pandemic as far as like staying in and being like where we didn't go out because it was a whole party buzz.
Yeah, I was in the house at first. I was like,
I was in the house. Joe got sick for like 2 hours. I came back to life. It's okay.
You did bring me back to life though with that tea.
Yeah. Vegan tea. All tea is vegan. Vegan tea. No, but for real, I brought him back to life. For real.
That's a whole nother episode.
Yeah.
right.
So how did you start cooking, man? Like, what was your motivation to start?
So you know, I was always doing music, right, for my whole life.
Case!
Huh?
What the case looking like? No, for real.
Yeah, you know what's crazy? I loved Case's album. That one that it was epic, bro. It took me through like a bad breakup. I used to sing. No, that's the only thing I did.
Like, for real?
No, I was always a musician. Grew up in church, playing like 6 instruments. Parents were pastors in the Bronx, so it's like when your parents are pastors.
You from the Bronx?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Like crazy people come from the Bronx.
No, they're not. You go, bro.
Yeah, see? Case.
Yeah, but.
Yeah, so
They say the craziest people like in New York are from the Bronx.
no, they in the city. Literally in the heart
But
of the
continue.
city.
That was
Yeah. Where you from? Just so I know.
What?
Michigan. Ooh.
Yeah.
Yo, so
Continue.
yeah, so doing music, right? Parents being pastors, you don't get paid from the church when your parents are the pastors. Because they're like, we put you on the church. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm like, Mom, Dad, I could go over here and make some money. They're like, no, you're going to stay here and play for our church, right? It sucked, but it was great all at the same time. It was like great for molding me, you know what I'm saying, with like very amazing values, you know what I'm saying? And then the prayers of grandmothers, you know what I'm saying? You can't do bad. You can't do too much Saturday night.
Right.
Because, you know, they're praying for you to be good, so you can't get in no trouble. So I did music all my life. Very accomplished with it. So even producing our first artist that got signed to a major label was Chrisette Michelle on Def Jam, Island Def Jam. I did the music that got her signed. Tour manager, like we went and just ran it up. You know what I'm saying? The team was amazing. Then I got into doing music for film and TV. I got American, I worked for like one of the biggest film and TV companies on the East Coast.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
You said
Grammys, American Musical Awards.
Grammys.
So platinum in the house.
So quick question: Why food? Why chef? How did you turn that?
You know what's crazy?
From music to chef, like that's
right. Because there was no line that I could ever see me getting into food. You know what I'm saying? Not into the food world. Like when my grandma would cook dinner, I would walk through the kitchen, grab a piece of chicken, keep it moving. Right? I was a pro at that. That's all I did with food. Okay. You know, and then the crazy thing was I I was getting at a place with music to where I was just like, it wasn't reciprocating the love I was giving it. You know, which is crazy. If you're in a relationship,
everyone that's done music,
yo, it was like my girl was not loving me right. You know, at a certain point, y'all gonna break up. So it's like you gotta be at the forefront of it to know, like, yo, this has a shorter timeline than what you expect.
That can be for anything that you do.
Yeah.
Call it out. You said if you're giving in all your love and the other thing is not giving it back, eventually y'all gonna break up.
Right.
That can be for any type of.
Nah,
I never thought of it.
Hold on. Say that one more time.
Bars. That's gonna be t-shirts.
No, because even like in the corporate, you know, you think about all the work that you give to these companies and what you put in.
Yeah.
You don't get nothing back.
Yeah. That was good.
Yeah. Well, thank you. I just wanted that.
Hey, we got cheers to that.
Yeah, cheers to that.
Also, I have a
Cheers.
So I got a question for you. So, what did your parents want for you growing up? Because I'm pretty sure they wasn't expecting the music. Yeah, see, because I know Pastor, they already had a preordained.
Right. Yo, it was so crazy. When I was young, my pops didn't want us to listen to hip hop and R&B. So Hot 97, like we'll get in trouble
They call it
listening.
syndicated music?
Secular.
Yeah.
But sin, the Right. So I would sneak like tapes back in the day. I'm dating myself, but we all around the same age, so it's all good. I'll be feeling old when I wake up, man. It's crazy. But yeah, right. You know, my dad was not having it. So even when I started learning more instruments, you know, it was because I was getting around more music, bringing that to the studio.
Right.
My pops was not for it at all. So once I started producing, I almost had to hide it for a little bit. You know, which is crazy. They didn't start respecting my music until I started doing those producer competitions.
No.
I mean, I won all of them. Yeah, even international
producers, guest appearances.
Right.
He won every last one of them.
Every one. And then my parents had to start coming to them. And then that was around the time when we got the deal for cassette and all that.
Sorry, the funny part with that, imagine his parents, pastors, and as we were pushing cassette, we put together this tour called the Unsigned Eye Tour. So basically, Unsigned Eye, artists come perform, and our artist is the headliner. It's nothing but hood, rap songs throughout the whole time. Imagine his parents now.
Oh my God. Yeah.
And you didn't give him a heads up?
Oh no, it's like, y'all come.
You come
Let me
support.
tell you something. We opened up for Chrisette Bishop. We brought 2 artists to South Carolina. It was a small spot.
Yeah.
Wow.
But it was Ariana Michelle and Tony V, of course. But I'm wondering, like, what if y'all were actually there? Because it was literally like it wasn't like a hole in the wall. It was a decent crowd. But
Was that the little spot that was like?
It was there. I'm thinking, I'm like, y'all doing the little hood stops and all this stuff, but y'all went to South Carolina.
That was a groundbreaking we did.
Yeah. It was a good time.
So what's on the horizon for the business? Everything you got going on?
So everybody wants me to open up a restaurant, right? Which is typical for a chef, right? I'm kind of leaning against that because I feel like to be innovative, you got to do something different that hasn't been done, right? So I have an amazing concept that I can't wait to just push out. It's like a baby. It's going to take a little bit of time to like nurture it and grow it properly, feed it. But once you give birth, you know what I'm saying? It's about to be something special. Yeah.
It literally feels like birthing a vision, a dream when you have your baby and to see it come to life and see it take legs, to see it walk. It's definitely, it's definitely something. See, what has been the thing that has amazed you most? Because I remember when you actually moved here. Your boy brought you down. Seon was down here.
Yeah.
What has been, the most exciting thing about having taken the move?
Opportunity. That's the first thing I would tell everybody when I first moved here. Opportunity. Because when I came out here, so a lot of people don't know, when I came out here, my best friend Dan, one of our best friends, he was just like, yo bro, I got a house, just moved into it. I'm like, congrats. He was like, no, this is your time to like make this move. We're doing construction, while we're doing the renovation. Like, stay. If you like it, cool. If not, you can go back to New York. They're gonna love you back again. And I was just like, I took the opportunity.
Wow, that's dope.
You know? And so like, I was there for a couple months, and my third weekend, my bank accounts got hacked into. So everything. And guess where it was from? People from Brooklyn. So it was literally from Brooklyn though. I'm like, yo, I don't even be in Brooklyn like that, bro.
But you came to Atlanta, that was like the change. It was like the shift.
Yeah, because I'm like,
So
Atlanta has different
like-
banks. So I want to put everything in one bank that is easily accessible. Wrong move, man. Y'all are good. Y'all are real good. I'll give it to you.
Yeah, so what you do?
Man, I had to figure out new creative ways on how to make money. I couldn't, like 3 weeks in, you can't go back to your family or friends and say, hey guys,
I moved
I
away.
made a bad choice. You know, can I hold something?
Right.
Can I borrow something? When I tell you I had no money, I keep all my money in the bank. And I learned from that, obviously. But
Nah, he keep all his money in the bank.
Right.
Leave it. Middle of the way. Oh, he's staying right.
Oh yeah. No, I don't have to leave.
Offshore account.
Right.
I know you asking to hold some.
But yeah, it was like getting creative. So one thing I did, right? I knew Atlanta had a lot of successful black millionaires, right? At that point, over 6,500, and that was, I moved there 4 years ago, so I'm sure that number has gone.
Yeah, confidence.
Yeah, no.
Like you know the exact
Is this a
amount.
fun fact?
That's one fun fact.
You said you had some fun
Yeah, I got
facts.
some. Yeah, so that was crazy because I'm just like, okay, so where do people with a lot of money hang out? You know what I'm saying? Because that's probably my easiest way to engage and meet and greet and all that. So then I started coming out with Seon
There you go.
That's how you got him.
People with money, gotcha.
to a lot of real estate events.
Oh, okay.
You know?
To meet you guys.
Right. I would just walk around with him, like carrying his bags and stuff. It was like, yo, like, can we give you money, bro? Like,
I remember we were checking out a property, and that's when I met you. You was like, that's just my guy coming down over in Reynoldstown. And you had him with you, and you pulled up to a property.
I remember that, yeah.
I remember you first
yeah. Yeah, and I was trying to get into the real estate game, but at that same time, I was still trying to like start a private catering company. You know what I'm saying?
But when did you actually start cooking though?
Right.
Like, what
6
made
years
you-
ago. Yeah.
Wow.
So,
But how did you start cooking? 'Cause-
my cousin really got me into it. And long story short, we started a catering company called Cooking Cousins. It was super cool.
Oh, the liberation.
Yeah.
Cousin. Aw.
No, I'm just saying, I remember kissing
Yo, sis, I'm gonna have to put you on mute.
Forget it.
Right, so my cousin, he was always cooking with the family. He learned, my family, they're all amazing at cooking. My great grandfather, he was one of the illest chefs ever put on this earth.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So is that another reason what made you want to cook, or is just...
No, not even. But I think that because it was in the blood and in the lineage, it caught me at certain point.
Somewhere mentally.
Yeah.
It's like,
Bro, I know the reason, bro.
Yeah,
Just
see,
tell
I
them
mean,
the
we
full
around the
story.
bush.
We grown, be 100.
No, what the honey? See, I does not want a man
Do that one more time, Steve. That it didn't have a lot to play with me becoming good. Because it was in my blood, doesn't mean I was going to be good. But that had a lot to play in, like around that time, I broke up with my ex-fiance, and I was just like, I got to sow my royal oats, right? To be frank. And I'm just like, I got me a dope condo. I was just like, I'm already saving mad money because I ain't got to go out for dinner every night because, being in a relationship, it can get a little... Right.
Where was you at? Where were you at? In a relationship? Were you here in Atlanta?
No, I was in Jersey.
Oh, yeah, it was very expensive.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So my thinking...
My son has come to Atlanta to sow his royal.
I'm like, I don't want to go out every single night, trying to like meet somebody and all that. So my goals right?
Trickery.
I'm probably gonna talk too much right now, so I'll say that.
Take another drink.
My goal was to study.
Get it right, yeah. Get it right.
This is a good one.
I feel like this is being made up.
Something good about to come out.
Right. Just the right one.
Yeah, I had to use people as test pilots for my new venturing business, right? So beautiful females were always like the most common individuals that were willing to try anything, right?
The female's palate is more advanced than your palate.
Right, it is.
This goes back to people have to eat 3 times a day. So were you doing breakfast?
Lunch and dinner. Right, lunch and dinner? Snack? Midnight snack?
Hors d'oeuvres?
Yeah, I wasn't that advanced yet. If I was, it would have been a problem. But thank God, like I was able to have that moment and then calm down a little bit from there.
So you had good enough feedback that allowed you to be able to.
I had great feedback. Yeah. What I would do, I would go to the store. I would buy, and this is how I knew food could stretch, right? I would buy, because it's just 2 of us, right? I'll buy a bag of shrimp, 2 things of pasta. You know what I'm saying? At that point, I was making pasta out the can. You know what I'm saying? Sauce, Alfredo sauce. I know what I was doing. I had peppers and onions and everything.
That's what I do.
Everything though.
I'm always cutting them.
Yo, my cousin used to get on me so crazy. He was like, dog, like, I'm gonna just take these out of the kitchen and see what you can cook. With no peppers and onions, right? I was young. I was a rookie then, man. So it was like I would just do a test pilot, right? I would take one dish and try to perfect it. So I would take that shrimp Alfredo pasta, right, and just look at the person while they're eating it to see the reaction and the expression. See like, or you know what I'm saying? And then from that, it helped me develop my palate visually as well. You know what I'm saying? Just not for the food, but visually. People eat with their eyes. You know what I'm saying? 99.9% of people that follow me on Instagram might never get the chance to try my food, right? But they will like the picture because they can imagine what it tastes like. You know? So
smart.
Yeah, so I was just like, okay, if you like that and I'm putting this with it, let me try to add that. You know what I'm saying? Or take away this because I saw that like, you know, so certain things that just help build me and mold me to kind of finding new ways to like put out a dish, right? And then once I mastered one, or not even mastered, but you know, once you elevate from that, then you go to the next one and next.
Was your dish of choice your favorite food, or what you felt that it was their favorite food?
Females, man. It's so easy.
The women.
Whatever you like.
Yeah, whatever you like.
So wait, was the selections for your test audience better here in Atlanta?
No, when I actually got to
I'm a
Atlanta.
Georgia piece.
Down here?
We Georgia.
No, in New York.
New York?
Yeah. So I've only been cooking for 6 years, and then I've been in Atlanta for 4. Right. So even when I was in New York, before I left, I was executive chef for 2 restaurants out there. One in Manhattan, one in Long Island. Very, very successful. And then when I came out here, I was just like, I don't want to work for anybody. I'm just like, and now I'm at the point where I'm just like, they can't afford me. It's gangster. Yeah, it's good.
They can't afford
you.
Yeah. Ain't got no chance. Not even one.
How do you break into the circles? Because that's a lot to come from a whole different city, places you don't know.
Yeah.
Hanging with your boy. Like, what was the entry? Because you're dealing with some pretty heavy hitters. How do you break into that circle?
A lot of prayer. For real. Honestly, because I'm just like, there's no way I would have been able to forecast where I'm at with food right now.
Now, were you able to leverage your relationships from the music industry previously into this business?
Good question.
That's a great question. So one relationship that I had, right? And that was, so remember our boy Slim?
Yeah.
Songwriter. He writes for JD and Bow Wow.
Okay.
Right? So I hit Slim up. No, he hit me. He was like, I'm in the house. I'm trying to figure out what I'm about to do for the day. And he's like, yo, bro, I see you out here. Like, let's get in the studio. I'm like, hell yeah. He was like, yo, I'm working on So Deaf, blah, blah, blah. Then he goes to my page, and he sees nothing but food. So he's like, dog, I didn't know you was cooking. Right. So he's like, yo, listen, Bow just said he needed a new chef. come through tomorrow. I'm like, no, I'm coming through today.
Right.
He was like, yo, Bow, I want some what was it? Some turkey chili.
No, he's not vegan.
He's not vegan. JD is. Yeah. So he was like, yo, I want something simple, some turkey chili, right? I'm like, no, you're not gonna have a free meal.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna feed you.
I'll go make you some turkey chili.
I'm like, nah, I came through with a spread so crazy. I went to the studio, set up a whole portable kitchen in there. You know what I'm saying? And like literally, it was a sink.
That wow, everybody.
What? They went crazy. Like, bro, how you do this in this little space right here? I went crazy.
That's the hustler in you.
That's the hustler. Yeah. Like you gonna come up.
I'm gonna over deliver all the time.
Yeah, that's good.
And most people would have came tomorrow. You said nah.
That too.
Right.
Or most people would say, yo, I'm gonna bring the chili.
That's
Because that's what they want.
Exactly.
They're not gonna take the risk to say, you know what, I'm gonna bring. Nah, you're not gonna just.
But there's a lot of bars in that just now.
Yeah.
I feel like it had a lot to do with your entrepreneur like attitude too. Because we said prayer happened.
Yeah.
It not saying that it wasn't prayer, but it was action. It was discipline.
It's a combination.
You actually put all that into one. Because most people like, well,
Right.
I didn't might think, I'm only down here for the movie. Like some people wouldn't have did it just because it's music. They only want to stay focused on the music. Now look at you, like you still do your music and you are phenomenal, like with the cooking. Like it's crazy.
No, thank you.
I want to let people know action.
Yeah.
Action.
And trust me, like it ain't just about prayer. Because people just think you can pray and it's gonna happen.
Yeah, like the lights gonna stay.
That used to frustrate me with my parents being in the church, and I would always, especially in my 20s and in college years, you know, you tell your friends let's do it, and they're like, I'm waiting on God, let me pray.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, like all these opportunities. God is going to give me this job.
Yeah, faith without works is dead.
Yeah, faith without works is dead.
That he called me like, yo, bro, I just got called to uncook this meal, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, bro, it's 2 a.m.
Right.
Got up, it was 2 a.m. Went to find the
I didn't even have a car then because my license was suspended. And I get a call at 2 in the morning. I would have to go to I would have to go to like a 24-hour store, find whatever ingredients I can, and keep some type of storage like at home, just in case. You know what I'm saying? And I would be that one that's pulling up.
Not that you didn't even have like 2 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
You're going back to sleep.
Right.
You ain't even have
With
a
no
license.
With no
Right.
And you still made
I had to take a Lyft,
Uber, right?
Back and forth.
Hold on, you taking your food in the Uber like, yo, hold on 1 second.
Yeah. Bro, I'm taking all my stuff in a grocery cart. You know, I'm walking like.
There are people right now listening that I promise they would have been like, you know what? I'm gonna get to it at 8.
Yeah.
Right,
Yo,
they would.
No
excuses.
No excuses.
You called me too late, bro. Like it's too late, man. I can't respect my time. You know what I'm saying? I'm there.
No excuses. That's just saying that he's stepping outside of the box. Right. So we got so many people that's in this box right here. They want to do exactly what everybody else is doing because it works, right? But you got the very few people that take full advantage of opportunity and they become very successful because they step out the box.
Right.
Then everybody don't got to do normal.
Now what they do?
They step out the box. Out the box. Straight out the box.
Yo, where'd you get those? Straight out the box.
I had to think out the box to get these. Yeah, definitely thought
But
about it.
at 2 a.m. wasn't the end of the day, though. When I was 2 a.m., you cook whatever, blah, 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 and it's like, yo, wait, we need breakfast soon. They made them cook breakfast.
Oh, so it's just
They send people to the store, pick up ingredients, come back. I pass out on the couch real quick.
Yeah,
do it all over again.
Hold on, what you say? Hold on, man said he gonna pass out. So at the location, he didn't say he went home to shower.
No.
I'm gonna take a power nap, wake up, and get right back to work.
Do it all over again.
And nobody will bother the chef because they're like, yo, we want this good food.
Are y'all paying attention?
Come on my head.
But you know what? That's the thing though. A lot of people don't realize like going the extra mile. You know, everybody has these things as far as like, and I ain't doing that.
Right.
You know, you don't want it. You know,
You
you
don't.
don't. How bad do you want
You
it?
don't want it if you're not going to do it. A lot of people don't really want it. They just want
It's the
crowd.
idea.
Just
Right. The idea of
you know,
being
it's
a
the
part.
idea. And that's why it don't really last that long. I'm assuming people that's like that. Because if you don't want it, you're not going to do things like that. You're not going to do things that we've all done. I'm pretty sure we got like some crazy stories.
Oh, we got some stories.
You're not going to do it. You're going to be like, because sometimes my friends will look at me and be like, yeah, I ain't gonna do that. Like they already know.
What's the face again?
I ain't gonna do it. Like that's not
Hey, y'all
me.
can zoom in on it.
I have a friend right now.
Hey.
I'm not gonna say her name, but she'd be like, yeah, I'd be like, so what's your plans? Like, what you want to do? You're not investing in this. She'll invest in anything. She got the money. She give her money to me. Invest. Every time we flip it, she give it right back to me. invest it. She was like, her whole plan is to give me money and me invest it and make her money. She don't want to do nothing else. She not putting in no work. She don't want to do it. That's what she's chilling.
Is that a bad plan though?
No, it's not a bad plan. It works for her. I'm saying it works for her. It works for me too. People want.
Till the race start changing shit. Right. Today's prices.
Shout out to Fat Joe.
Shout out to Fat Joe.
Today's prices are not.
Right.
Wait, does it say right? Yesterday's.
Yesterday's prices is not today's price.
And on that, right? I love it when people hit me up and it's just like, yo, chef, you getting too Hollywood for us, like you too celebrity, you know, like, can you come cook for the little people? And like at the price that you did, like
when you started, like I went through all of this to come backwards and go get
yo, when they caught me back then, like that was a lick, bro. When I tell you, because I'm like, there's no possible way. Like my groceries cost more than what, like, you know what I'm saying? There's no way.
So that's a question.
No,
that is a question. Where do you get your groceries from? Do you go to Whole Foods? Like, where do you?
I literally go to like 4 to 5 different spots every time I go grocery shopping.
Because as a chef, you know, I ain't a chef.
You get real chefs, you got to go to this market for this, that market for this market for that.
Right. So I love the Asian farmers market.
Yep, farmers market. Yeah.
Always
the Asian farmers market.
Yeah.
Now they move.
Now they move too.
No, that's the same one.
And then your cat farmers market here in Atlanta is the dopest for spices.
Yeah. Oh no, they got the spices over there.
Oh yeah.
Spices. That's where you found the spices.
But we actually have a segment called I Ain't Gonna Lie, where you pull out a question and we just say, hey, I ain't gonna lie, and you give it. So.
And then you give your own scenario on what you not gonna lie.
So we go around on this?
You go first.
You go first though.
Yeah. So you did that one.
I think you got
it. She saw it.
Right.
Damn, mine is long.
I thought this was supposed to look.
Yeah.
Huh?
Okay. We'll finish our inaugural guest. We'll let you go first. You can read the question.
Okay. So what do you like most about entrepreneurship? Freedom.
I ain't gonna
lie. Freedom.
That's dope. That's
when I tell you, freedom. Y'all know I'm not an early person. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not waking up at 6 in the morning every day. That's just not me.
Welcome to the club.
Right?
You see how they all look at me?
Yo, because no, I ain't gonna lie, man. Like having the freedom to be able to like choose when I work and who I work with is amazing. It's priceless.
Because that's the thing. It's like sometimes you'll give up a 9 to 5 and work 18-hour days. Yeah. And that's the thing. But it's like you're doing it for something you love. And I can work 3 to 4 8-hour days, and then I'm going out.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, exactly.
It's like a high.
That is amazing.
And it's different.
It is.
The energy, you know.
Our 18-hour day, we can still work and do what we want in between.
Right, exactly.
A 9 to 5, you're really
stuck
in that 9 to 5.
Then they tell you when you can go to lunch, when you can't. You know, some people in this room, you know, they go to sleep on their lunch. Some other people in this room just don't come back from lunch. There's some people in this room.
That's not like the same person, though. You keep saying this other person.
No, there's multiple people. You don't remember the story? So. Is this one?
No,
it's
because I know that one. My bad.
It's all good. We're on the other episode, so it's all good.
Yeah. All right, freedom. All right, so have you ever been in an extreme competition for a deal? I ain't even gonna lie, no, because I got the gift of gab. I'll talk it down. I'll move on.
And it'll make you feel bad about it. Maybe I should sell it at this price. Like he'll make the sellers think that they should.
If the price is unreasonable, and I'm in a mood, I'm gonna call you and tell you why that price is so foolish.
How did you do that?
Oh, you be saying how did you do it?
Yeah, I be wondering how you do it. He's talking down a lot.
FlippInLove.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a teaching moment.
And then she gets on the phone. What do you say when you get on?
No, I'm not a negotiator. I leave it to him.
Okay.
I can get you to sell. He's gonna bring me down.
He's the closer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the people I deal with are usually motivated or they're not. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? So
That's
if
what it
you're
is.
motivated, I bet I really got you. If you're not motivated, then I'm no interest in you.
Right.
So
I'm not here to entertain you.
Right.
Are you not
Are you not
entertained?
entertained? No, I'm not actually. Okay. Mine says, if you lost it all today and had to start over again, what would be the first thing you would do? I ain't even gonna lie. Now I'm gonna answer this as if I'm starting over from high school, right? The first thing that I would do is get into Forex, trading, crypto. I would get so, because I would have had so much money in Bitcoin and all that stuff right now. I ain't even gonna lie. I would have focused so, like, not having any, even with me knowing, like, I wanted to be an entrepreneur, having that mindset of knowing how to trade on my own, having different cryptos and just learning all about stocks and all that stuff, that would have changed my life at that time. And I would have had nothing else, like I would have had so much time to get to it. You know what I mean? Like right now, I'm just getting into it, so I don't have as, it's not excuses. Now, I can't say, I guess I can be honest. I guess I am making an excuse because I'm doing so much other stuff that I'm loving to do that I'm not dedicating as much time to the Forex. But if I was in high school and I had nothing else to do, I would have been a beast. I'm still on the I'm already
It's
down.
like, what's your priority?
Yeah, it's
you know,
like, what's your
It's not
priority?
as high up as some other things.
Yeah.
All right. So me, right? What's your favorite aspect of real estate? So anybody that knows me know that I like to be in and out of the deal. When I say in and out of the deal, like not really touching it. So wholesaling would be, that's my favorite aspect of the deal because I can actually get a house from Errol, right? Buy the house from Errol, or have terms on a paper with Errol and sell it to Jessica. And I ain't touch it. Jessica doing all the work. So I created a situation for everybody to eat.
When has pivoting in your business saved you? Oh, how ironic. March 16th. It was on that day where I said, you know what? Airbnb ain't looking too hot right now. Let me see what else is going on. Made the pivot, was able to stay afloat and acquire more stuff while everyone else is trying to get out.
Wow.
So, it's ironic I got that question.
Yeah, that is.
It's not ironic.
March
Everything happens for a reason.
What movie gets you the most hyped?
Type it up.
Well,
The movie that I would say Marvel's Avengers. Like I love.
Endgame or?
I love the first one, the first one.
Ultron?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love because it's so show the synergy. I'm all about bringing people together, and then it shows heroes at their darkest moments, and that they have those two that you can relate to. But then they always find a way to get back to who they are, and that's the crux of like all of the Marvel comics is that you go through the hero's journey. Because I think that's what we go through in entrepreneurship, where you get the hero, the cape, I can do anything, and then you have that obstacle that brings you down to your knees, and then you have to get grounded again on who you are, and then ultimately you have the victory. And that's
That was
what
deep.
I
That was great answer.
It was meant for you to
Listen, I'm
have
always down for these toast moments.
I'm glad I didn't get that one.
mine was major pain.
That was actually my line name. That was actually my line name. That was actually my line name in my sorority. Was Major Pain.
For real?
That's good. Let's go, Mo.
Oh, this makes me emotional.
Oh.
What are you most grateful for? I ain't even gonna lie. Moments like this. I ain't even gonna lie. When I pray, I give thanks. Like I don't believe in asking for. I'm not gonna say I don't believe because I do. I ask for certain things like guidance, whatever. But I'm not like, oh, Lord, please bless me with or give me this. You know, because actions without faith is dead. But I'm thankful for all the people that I have around me. Right? I'm thankful to be where I'm at right now because we all have our stories, you know, and to come through, to get through it, because a lot of people wouldn't have made it through. There's a lot of people that quit, you know, so all those moments where you're crying and I've been on the phone with John, he's like, Mo, let it out. 45 minutes, I'm like, all right, tough it up, Mo. You know, what are you doing? I'm looking in the mirror, like, come on, you know. and then the next thing you know, boom, things fall into place, you know? But I thank God because I'm thankful to have all these good people around me. You know, like there's not one person in this room, and even since I've been in this business, it's only been one person that tried to screw me over, but peel the cat back. but you know, it's just a blessing because a lot of people get screwed over. We hear people talk about how they got in the business and, you know, this got taken from them or they invested in this and just, you know, just saw money go out the door. And I've just been blessed to just be blessed with all of the blessings that have come from this. So,
nice.
That's real.
Collaboration, not competition.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
it's never competition.
So this has been an exciting.
See how you want to cry, don't you? Nah, but you know that's for me. It's everything else is gonna come. You know, like the trips, the balling moments, like all of that. You know, we've been turning up. You know,
he's like going to come.
We've done that. So when it's like been there, done that. But when you start like just accomplishing all these things that, you know, are just like dreams.
Right.
You know that there's even more to come. It's just like sometimes you can't even sleep. You're just laying there in the middle of the night and you're just like, anxiety.
But this has been an exciting episode. You know, we tune in to 8. Thanks for being our guest today.
Listen, I'm blessed. You know what I'm saying?
I was gonna ask that. You're our first.
You don't have any leftovers in the car? Didn't you just come from cooking from?
You know what? I dropped off all my food.
What did you cook?
Oh man.
Yeah, what did you cook?
What was the middle of this? Like what can someone expect?
Oh yeah.
Like it ain't just spaghetti and
meatballs
and shrimp pasta.
Right. Yo, so I'm very intentional. Even like I was with music, right? So even when I was scoring for films, I wanted to know all the details, right, from the director or the music supervisor, so I could attack it directly every single time. So I never failed when it came to that. So even bringing that to food, like I like to know what the person likes, what they love, what they hate, what they're open to trying, you know, and then create a menu and curate something amazing for them around that.
What's your most popular dish? Or like, what's what the majority say? You know what? We want this. You gotta do this again.
Right.
All right. So
if I get that on all the dishes.
Yeah.
It's like it's got some crazy name.
Yeah.
Right.
So I do.
That was French.
I have vegans. I have vegans, right? Eat lamb chops.
Vegan lamb chops?
Oh, vegans eat lamb chops?
So
I got vegans eating lamb chops. Listen,
the reason why I'm not even a real vegan anymore.
I wasn't trying to tell on you.
I ain't even gonna lie.
Hey, you done the whole pause and everything.
Wait, what are you again though? Because it's not vegan. What are
I'm
you?
a Segan. I used to be a full-blown Segan until I met him. So
you know what Segan stands for?
Seafood and
Seon's version of vegan. So how are you feeling that day? They be like, yo, bro, you want to come up for dinner? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, what we doing? Lamb chops.
You got Earl is seeing
Joe makes some really delicious lamb chops, and I don't eat lamb chops. Like every time I even try to have a cheat day and I shoot into some fancy restaurant to eat it, I be like, I don't like. It's disgusting. It don't taste like this. What? But
Joe's is.
we had the lamb chops.
No, Joe's lamb chops are amazing. That's what I say.
What?
Yeah.
No, they are delicious. Yeah, it's really, really good.
No,
But everywhere else you're vegan though.
Yeah, so I do lamb chops with a Korean bulgogi glaze, right?
The who?
Korean bulgogi glaze, right? So like even with music, I like to blend like different like styles and, you know, flavors. You know what I'm saying? So I incorporate all parts of the world into food, right?
Okay.
So I've been getting into Asian and Korean and Indian food, so like the curries and all that stuff. Yeah, and I go crazy with it. Yeah.
Because we just got back from Dubai, and when I tell you I was eating Indian street meat every day, I loved it. The curries, the basmati rice, the flavors.
So when you come back here and eat some others,
Y'all
know what? I don't know if you'd be open to this, but I think this would be super dope if we did a part 2 of this, and like we had like one of your dishes, but then we got to do our own rendition of it. Wait, we cook it? Yeah, like we could, yes. And then we have to taste it. So you and Seon. No.
Hey, you cannot stop at a restaurant on the way in and bring it in.
It'd be fun.
I think it'll be like a little cook off.
I could just bring a dish next time, okay?
That's what I do. Don't be so right. Appreciate it.
It's like, no, let's keep it simple. Yeah. I do a smoked Gouda mac and cheese.
Ooh,
That's
that sounds
crazy.
amazing.
Yeah.
Everybody makes me like, because I love Gouda.
Yeah, Gouda.
You have to be a real chef to appreciate Gouda.
Yeah. No.
So, me and my boy rocking out. So I met this beautiful young lady, and I turned Segan.
Right.
And he
You
turns
still be
to
eating
Right.
that sometimes.
Right? I've never had Joe's.
You never had it? I never had it because I just.
After we met, bruh.
So you never had it?
Hey,
I'm not
You never
complaining,
had it?
but I'm just
I never had
saying.
it. I had the cheese.
If I go on timeout, I'm eating some mac and cheese.
so you know when y'all get mad, that's where you going.
Need to cheat that real quick.
It does look.
Yo, Joe, give me extra cheese.
Every time I see the cheese, just
Be all the Gouda you got.
Give me all the Gouda.
all the Gouda. Extra Gouda.
Double Gouda cheese.
Double Gouda cheese.
Yo, so being from New York, you know, it's like we got City Island out there, right? Mm-hmm. And man, I love seafood. I'm like a surf and serve dude. So if you ask me, but if I ask my clients or anybody that asks me what's my favorite thing to cook, you know, I would revert the question back to them and say, what's your favorite thing to eat? Like what I said, I like to be intentional. I don't want you to be a vegan, right, or Segan, and I'm telling you about all like ribeyes and bacon wrap. You know what I'm saying?
Like what?
Nah, they're like you're totally turned off.
Yeah.
From that. First thing.
So then you know what to really cook for somebody like, yo, I want all seafood.
Right. Even with music, right? I used to ask people what type of mood were they in before I played them records. You know what I'm saying? That's why my records would go so crazy because I'm playing them exactly what they tell me they want to hear.
That's dope.
Yeah. And I had the arsenal to do it. You know what I'm saying? So like with food, it's like same thing.
Nice.
Took them same principles.
Nice.
I love the fusion. This has been dope. So what is the takeaway you got from our guest today?
Man, you can't put peppers and onions. You can't put peppers and onions in that. I'm damn sure with pepper and onions something. It'd be good. I can't cook though. I'm not a chef. I ain't Joe, but I can cook.
What's one thing you got from our guest today?
So for me, it would just be going that extra mile. You know, when most people would stop and give up or just wouldn't even show up, you was there, and that's what separated you and got you where you are today.
Right, that's right.
I know for me, it was about the pivot. It was, you know, I heard Jay-Z say one time, lock me in a room for 2 weeks and see what I create. And I love how you pivoted in the midst of what was a huge pandemic and took people out. You're like, oh no, all you gotta do is switch to this.
That's it. Yeah.
Think of you when you're hungry.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mary. Hungry. I like that.
Right.
For me, it's our producer's hoodie back there. By any means I get it. He's sleeping on couches. You do what you gotta do, like the grind and hustle. By any means. And you got it.
I slept with more couches in my studio days. So
For me, it was how he always said he did everything with intentions. Knowing your client, you can make sure you mirror whatever it is they want. That's what I got out of it.
I think what we do every day, man, we motivate each other, man.
Right.
All our conversations are, da-da-da, these are my accomplishments. Da-da-da, these are my accomplishments.
Yo, our phone conversations be crazy.
Every time we hang up, we say, I gotta go do better now. Do better. So
Motivation.
yeah, I ain't sharp with nine, man.
So do you ever like try to challenge him to cook? Like, you know, boys, you know how we do. We got our egos. Like, yo, I'll cook you any day, knowing that you're gonna lose.
Let me answer this one. This is a celebrity sous chef. If you guys don't know, you know what I'm saying?
I've been there since inception, bro.
Right. And you know what? One thing about
That's
that.
up the bell peppers and onions.
The reason why I said that is because your first year here, you were nominated and won the celebrity chef, the chef of the year. The first year.
Cheers to that.
Cheers. Well, yeah.
Cheers.
Right.
And I was in sous chef on that first year. So
Automatically,
the winner of
Sous chef of the year. That's what I'm talking about.
The first year. That's dope.
Yo, but something so real to that, even though we joking, like it was real. You know what I'm saying? Anytime, my brother, he's so busy with what he does, right? And he does a lot. I can't just put him in like a category of like, you only do real estate, you only do this, right? And the fact that he was able to take that time, he wasn't able to take the time, but he made the time.
Yeah.
Every time I needed him. Not one time. I remember one time when you and Shawna pulled up on me when I had to cook for Jacob Lattimore. I'm like, yo, my assistants, they wasn't around. I'm like, yo, bro, I got the last man called to come cook up for his birthday, son. Guess what? They put up on there. You know, but that's friends. You know what I'm saying? That's like, I'm gonna make sure you win, bro.
Like, I don't do this.
You can't fail when you got people. Right. It's like you can't fail when you got people like that's on your team like that. Ever.
Real talk, man. And we were both driving around. I was driving you around when your license was sick and my license.
Oh, y'all. Both of them was stepping out the box.
I'm like, bro, is your license good? He's like, no. Keep going.
Riding dirty.
Dirty's good now. It's good.
I'm
It's good.
I'm not too, thank God.
Hey, that's it. Hey.
I was like, any way you want to, any final words, anything you want to say? You know, what was your takeaway from being in the Synergy?
Yeah, first of all, thank you guys for having me a part. It's an honor to be like the first. Like I like to say the first. You know, so yes, I'm Chef Joe, and I have been the first on this amazing podcast. Look for more. Stay tuned. But like, yeah, you guys are all dope. I've met half of y'all like before this, so to even see that like the progression still goes. You know what I'm saying? The drive and energy and hustle still goes. Like you don't ever get like content with having 10 properties, 20, 100. You know what I'm saying? That y'all flip. I know personally that y'all flip over 100 properties. That's nuts. I had one. and Seon helped me get my first property in 2 days.
Oh wow, that's
hold on. In the door. So I said, that's a fun fact right there. I'm empty.
Oh yeah, what was the fun fact? You told us you had a fun fact.
That was one. Seon helped me get my first property in 2 days.
Wow.
Yeah, my first Airbnb. It was amazing. It was a 4-bedroom, 2-bath, and we converted it had 2 living rooms, so I converted one of them into another bedroom, and then just
another room to another bedroom.
Right, yeah.
So pretty much made a 6-bedroom.
Yeah, right, and it's like it was just making money hand over fist, and then it was just like me trying to balance being a chef and Airbnb. It works out. So it's like you guys go over.
You got this.
Oh man, those stories are fun. Those Airbnb.
I'm pretty sure we have all
That's a whole
Airbnb stories.
We can go house to house in that episode.
Well, like I say, this is a never-ending dialogue. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thanks so much for tuning in to another episode of All Things Entrepreneur. You just got 8. Team, tell them how to find you. Hit me up on Instagram at It's Jessica Myers.
I am Superstar Shawna with
Seon John.
And together we are FlippInLove.
You can follow me on Instagram at mohustle_810.
You can follow me at The Real Grind Guy on Instagram.
You can follow me on all social media outlets at Errol Allen.
Be sure to subscribe on our YouTube channel at 8.experience.
They was all skipping class. You graduated to a boss and they didn't pass. Ain't no such thing as losses, only lessons. Break bread, don't block your blessings. Get the money, but you know what's even more precious? Time. Nah, don't talk about it, go do it.